Welcome to Turn Back for What? Today's topic, the motivation checklist. I did a survey a while back asking the viewers what did they want my first motivation video to be on. And the topic of motivation won hands down. What this tells me is that there are a lot of us out here that have goals, dreams, aspirations that we want to accomplish. You know, we make these great big plans, you know, and we dream about doing this stuff at night, but when we wake up in the morning, we've lost the spark. We either fear the task or we continuously put it off to some date that never comes. And this is how I was. And this motivation checklist is how I am working myself, developing in me a way to generate more productive and sustaining motivation in my life to accomplish my goals and to get my dreams. The motivation checklist, check 1 is my hunger, check 2 is my surroundings, check 3 is my direction, check 4 is my focus, and finally check 5 is my drive. All right, number 1, my hunger. What am I hungry about? What is my purpose in life? I have to have a goal that I wake up in the morning with a taste for it in my mouth. Sometimes even in the middle of the night, I wake up and I can feel it in the pit of my gut. You know what I'm saying? In order to be motivated about something, I got to feel or pull to it, you know. And sometimes we don't know what our purpose is, and that's okay. You know, a lot of us don't start off knowing what our purpose is, but I behoove you to follow your gut. You know, if you like most people, it's been secretly pulling you towards your purpose all your life. You know what I'm saying? And continue to start trying stuff, you know, and lock on and find out, well, what is it, you know what I'm saying? As you get to know yourself, as you develop in yourself, you know what I'm saying, you'll feel what is that that's going to bring you peace and joy. You know what I'm saying? What is it that you was specifically designed to do? You know, that this, when you're doing it, you just feel fulfilled. You know, when you find that, you know what I'm saying, now you got something to that you're hungry for, that you grab for, and so that's the beginning of your spark or your motivation, okay? And you need that initial spark to get the fire going up in you, okay? So now we got our hunger. Let's go to our surroundings is next, because now that you're hungry and you're ready to do something, you know what I'm saying, you got to have an environment to thrive in, an environment to do that in. You know, to get your sleep, you got to make sure your place ain't too busy, ain't too bright, you know what I'm saying, for you to be able to get your sleep. When you're working, is your place too unorganized, you know what I'm saying, too cluttered, you know, too much stuff oppressing you, you know what I'm saying. Some of us, we put stuff all organized and it's uncomfortable to us, you know what I'm saying. Our stuff is too organized, you know what I'm saying. Figure out what is your best work environment and create that, you know what I'm saying, and start having a place for things. So when you need, because it's kind of messed up when you in the flow of stuff, but then you can't find what you need, you know what I'm saying. So now it's like you lose all this time. Not only you losing time going after finding what you need to get your task done, but you lose that momentum. So the more organized you are, and when you use something, put it right back where it goes, so that way when you need it next time, you know it's there. You know what I'm saying? That's part of working on your environment and your surroundings. But also key to your environment and your surroundings is the people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Are the people in your circle, do they hinder or do they help your progress? Do they drain away from what you're trying to do, or do they help contribute to what you're trying to do? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when I need to get something done, there are some people that I have to limit my exposure to. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I cut them completely all my life, but I have to limit my exposure to them. I have to set some boundaries. I can't expect other people in my life to set boundaries to make my surroundings the way they need to be. I got to learn to set the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I have to set boundaries with myself. I have to set boundaries with my environment. I have to set boundaries with the people involved in my life to keep my mind free, so that I can develop that hunger, you know what I'm saying? So that I can get a plan together, so that I can go after what I need to go in. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're already sleepy, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to gog out the day, and then you go to get to work, and then it's like you got a mess to contend with, you know, like I got to go through all of this before I even get started, you know what I'm saying? You need to have a place where, boom, you know what I'm saying, you got a spark, you can work it. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You got an idea, you can plan it. You know what I'm saying? And you have to create your environment that way. And sometimes it says make an adjustment here, an adjustment there. Every time you find something that's wrong, you know what I'm saying, find a solution for it. You know, don't put it off. Go ahead and find a solution for it. Eventually, every time you pick up something, every time you look for something, make sure you don't have to look for it no more. You know what I'm saying? I found it this time. I know where it's going to be from now on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some people have to put labels on stuff, you know, they so that they can see what's where, you know what I'm saying? Some people have to take notes all throughout the day to keep everything ordered and everything in place. Some people have to make video notes on their phone or audio notes on their phone, you know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you, you know what I'm saying? This is what you need to put in place. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to create a place that you can do something you ain't never done before, to push yourself on to the next level. Okay? Now that you got some surroundings that you can work in, you know what I'm saying, that you can think. Now let's think. Okay? This is check 3, my direction. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry, I got a place to work, but where am I going with this? You know, and a lot of times we have all these thoughts, we have dreams, we have ideas, but have no idea what to do next, how to put it in motion. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we plot, this is where we strategize, you know what I'm saying? This is where we ask questions, this is when you network, you know what I'm saying? The internet, specifically Google and YouTube, are an oasis of information. You know what I'm saying? And you constantly, and you join organizations. You know, there are so many organizations that only help increase your environment, but these organizations a lot of times have funding, they have trainings, you know what I'm saying, they have webinars, newsletters, and all types of information, you know what I'm saying. Whatever field that you're trying to pursue, whatever project that you're trying to work on, whatever the goal it is that you're trying to accomplish, there are other people out there trying to do the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have been successful, and you can learn from successes, but you can also learn from other people's failures. You know what I'm saying? You can see some problems and how they were handled, whether properly or improperly, before you actually have to go through it yourself. Okay, so as you continue to work on your direction, we need to start doing stuff. You know, sometimes you can't fix the direction all the way to the end. You know what I mean? You have to just get to your next step, you know, and sometimes you might have to try something and realize that ain't the wrong step, backpedal back out and try another one, you know. But a lot of times you're not going to know what you're facing until you get to it. Because when you're trying to do something that you ain't never done before, how are you going to know what are the challenges you're going to face? When you're doing stuff that involves other people, you know what I'm saying, and so many factors that are out of your control. And sometimes we get stuck in a place where we're always planning, but ain't never doing that. Don't get stuck in that rut. Go for what you know what I'm saying? Continue to work on your hunger, remembering what you're hungry for, and let that be your guide to your destination. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you have your goal, you put it in your mind's GPS, and then you follow the path there. Sometimes we're going to take detours that's going to make getting there a little bit longer, but the point is to always recenter ourselves and always keep the destination in your mind's GPS. Okay. So now we got our hunger, we got our surroundings, we got our direction. Now let's go to number 4. Check 4 is my focus. Okay. Now that I've got a direction where I got to go, I got to stay focused. I can't say it too many times. Distractions sap motivation. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, for example, Facebook is a wonderful tool. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful tool for connecting with our family. It's a wonderful tool for your business. It's a wealth of information, you know. But if it's abused, it can be a wasteful distraction. You know what I'm saying? And so we can have to set times, you know what I'm saying? Set times where you can spend time with your loved ones. You know, if you got time designated to do that, then you're not all, when you're doing that, you're there in that moment. You're present in that moment, and you can enjoy it, have a fulfilling time. And then when you get back to what you need to be doing, you can concentrate on that. You ain't got to worry about, well, I didn't spend time with so-and-so because you allotted time for that. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it might have to be A, B, and C this week, DNF next week. You know what I mean? And things like that. Time for your rest. You know what I'm saying? Structure yourself. It's easier to stay focused when you have a structure. You know what I'm saying? Not only have you developed a plan, but now you put a schedule in place to get your plan working. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you find yourself being distracted, there you go. Go back to your mind's GPS. You know what I'm saying? And you have to focus. Focus, focus, focus. If I'm focused, then that means regardless of fear, regardless of excitement, anxiousness, whatever's going on, I'm still focused. You know what I mean? I don't have time for a lot of the negativity. You know what I'm saying? When something's going up, I don't have time because I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have this going on, then I could be depressed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm focused. You know, so we got to keep your focus. And now that you got to focus to where you want to go. And we come on to our last checkpoint, because sometimes my hunger is in place. You know, my surroundings are a good environment. You know, I developed a plan and got my direction, and I'm focused on what I need to do. But I still don't feel motivated. You know, I still don't have that drive inside of me. So on those occasions, that's when my drive comes in place. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I got to realize that the way I feel, our feelings aren't always reliable, and they're generally temporary. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I'm feeling right now, I know what's right. You know what I'm saying? So I got all this stuff that I can read. I got stuff that I can touch. It's tangible. I can look at my achievements that I've been celebrating along the way. You know what I'm saying? And I just persevere and push forward, you know, because if you really found your purpose, if you really doing the thing that fulfills you the most, the rest of it, the motivation will come back. It'll catch back in. So you just got to drive through to the next spark of motivation. You know what I'm saying? And in those days, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to stay focused. That's why it's good to have all these other things in place, because like problems happen. Drama is coming at the ear. Depression, all those different things. You don't have time to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to dwell on it. You feel it. You think it, you understand it, you take it in, you know what I'm saying? But you got something to do. You're on a mission, you know what I'm saying? And when you're on a mission, you know, and you're checking off your checkpoints, eventually all this stuff is continuing to work in your life. And so what I ask you to do now is to just start going through your motivation checklist and continue process it and keep going through it and watch the benefits as your life slowly begins to become more progressive and you start feeling more motivation. And motivation is compounded, like compounded interest. You know what I'm saying? It just multiplies exponentially, you know, and embrace that, okay? I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe to our channel, like and share. You can also like our Facebook page at Turn Back for What. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you at my next video. Please leave any comments in the comment section below. If you got any questions, I will try to respond to all people. You know, you've come so far. You survived so much. Turn back for what?